Ho, 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 ho. So, what are we going to do? Am I the MrTacpans that came on here 1 year ago? Oh, just leaning back in my chair in my old age, full of color of the world, my friend. I am a little sad, but at the same time I am sad. At the same time I am glad, so glad, to have the aid of the lade of the glade. I am the one, I am not so sad, I am not so mad. Would it be something different to you if I came on and showed you something that was different? I have to take off my mask now. So I take off my mask and I put on my glasses. Hey, what's happening? Hey, Fonzie, right? Hey, cool, baby. Got a cigarette out. Got a full pack. Definitely still not a good thing to smoke. What I want to show you right now, I mean, this cassette is going to start and it's going to end. This is the first minute. I'm not really going to joke around with it. Not one. Well, anyways, let me move on. For those people who watch tennis and can't actually figure out where the scoring comes from, I am going to create you something. You see, scoring, okay, in tennis, and the whole tennis game comes from the gods, okay? Double S, spirit and soul. Played in the spirit land, played by the soul. 29 are the first two letters. S and S is 38 and 29 is 68. 68 and 9 is 77, and it ends with an S, 3 S's. So what did I get to? 67, 77, 86. Man and heaven. Okay, so if it's man and heaven, you're playing for the stars. And what number did I say? 86? Oh, that's the 5 passage, my friend. Tennis is the 5 passage, and that's why they can hit an ace. They keep three balls on them, 2 in their pocket, 1 in their hand, or is it 3? But they never keep 5, right? Because they're playing in the 5 passage. What do you want to know about the racket? Just put it down, spray paint, and play tic-tac-toe off the racket. You got the oval, looks like an egg inside this world that we're in, and hey, you got the whole game. I'd like to know how many squares, okay, are in most tennis rackets, because I just found something out that this total Earth, I could be wrong because I'm not a scientist, and this is definitely something somebody knows, is that there are 128 different ways to make a line on this planet of 45 degrees, which comes out to 128 squares. And when you calculate 3 times 128, it's 384. 3 worlds of 84. What the 84 is it's the 7th gate of 12. Why 12? Because it starts with alpha, beta, but they're not in our world. Alpha, beta have to play from Mercury and Neptune and Venus. So that's why there's 12. See, 1 and 2 is 12. It's together, so it has to be like 12. God made everything to work out the way it is, right? That's the way it is. That's the way he made it to work out. 3 by 4 is 12. Can you get it any other way? More simpler than that? Also, I mean, there's so many things. So if you multiply now 3 by the 84, you get 252, which is 2 worlds of 52, which is the 5 and 2, which is 7, which is the passage, the 7th gate for both worlds. All the numbers always have to work because my definitions never change. Actually, not too much. It depends on the numbers and because we're not building a computer here. It's difficult, but it's not that hard. But I'm working on basic things. So anyways, I did something with my SIN card. That's amazing. My SIN card came out to 995874, which reverse would be 115236, which say the creation of man of the one angel, the spirit of the heavens of God, of the 9th gate in the beta world, of the beta heavens of creation of 7, Uranus, God, to the 3 earth of creation, man. But man is not on the planet Earth. It's his creation. Okay, from planet Earth. We're not on planet Earth. We're from planet Earth. Because from, take away the F, it's a Rome for business. FR. Anyways, we're going to get on to that. And now we're going to get on to what I really wanted to talk about. Tennis. How does the scoring work? I'm going to show you why they make the scoring work that way. There might be a slight discrepancy, but this is the basics of it. This is a crossing on your telephone. It would show 3 up here and then I like to use the pencil, would show 3 up here and 7 down here. That's, okay, that's 10, but it passes through the 5 hole. In roulette, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are all odd numbers. So we connect the 3 numbers, the 3 odd numbers, 3, 5, and 7, it makes 15. Now this number over here is the 1, and this one is the 9. They connect through the 5 odd because they're in the same system. 1, 5, and 9. And that's 1E and I. It's AEI. AEI create 15 points. 1, 5, and 9. Now for 10 points, we go over here through the X over here in the center because that's man's world. 4 to 6 on your telephone. Now to end it all off, the beta world is 2 and 8 because it consumes 4 and 6. So this is a 20 world. So you have 15, 15 is 30, 10 in this world is 40, and 20 through here in a game is 60. Everything is calculated at 45-degree angles around this whole thing. So how can they make a score of 45? How can they put your 45 score when these angles are all 45? They can't do it. It's not possible. You can't mix the game numbers up. The numbers are the numbers. So you can't play 45. Another thing about 45 in this world, which is the number of the fox, is it's the 10 world, right? It's the beta world of the 10 world. So you would say, let's say it's 1010, so in CB codes, 1014 and 1015 don't exist. They're not there. 14 and 15 is NO in the alphabet. N is the passage between the 13th letter and the 15th letter. It's the 14th letter, which is actually the first letter of the second section of the alphabet. It's the passage letter, which brings on the O. N-O, no, O-N, on or off. That's what you think, isn't it? Isn't that what you think? It's on or off. So anyways, now you got the word on. Now is that a positive, male, or negative? Let me count. O is 15, N is 14, 29. 2 and 9 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. It's even. So that means it's a beta world thing, on and off. OFF, 6 and 6 is 12, and 15 is 27. It equals 9. It's odd. That means it's an action. When you're on, it's not an action. Why not? That's really funny. 29 and 2 is the beta world. It's life. Okay? The 9, oh yeah, the 9 is the birth inside the beta world. That's what it is. That's why on and off are two different things. The action of coming on is the birth 9 into the 2 worlds. So the 2 world would be taken as a noun. And that's why the numbers still consistently work. Let me try and figure this out. Am I going to read you this? Oh boy, there's just so many crazy things. Minute by minute, turns of the day of time. 86,400. It has to do with time, minutes, and seconds. Add them up, you'll come up to 86,400. In which the 8 heaven of 6 and 4. Of the eggs, the 2 eggs. The beta heaven and the spirit. Every number is an egg. Look at the roulette table. You got 36, 38 eggs on the table. But the numbers, okay, from 10 to 36 are all double-digit numbers. So you would have 27 double-digit numbers, okay? With 2 digits, that means there's 54 digits. Plus, okay, 54 is love now. Plus, you have the double-digit 0, which is 2 digits. So you got 56, 5 and 6 is 11, 1 and 1 is 2. You got the beta world. So now we go from, sorry for moving, wow. Now we go from all these double digits, we end up with 56. Now the other way, the single digits, there are 9 plus the single 0 digit, which is 10. 10 and 20, how much did I say? 10 and 20, 27 and 9, 27 and 10. It's 37 in total. So anyways, there's 10 numbers with single digits. 10. We are X-Man. We are 10. We are the single digits. That's how many zeros you can have, plus the 1 in front. 3, 6, 9. How much is 9 zeros, right? And then on front of the 9 zeros, the owner of the 9 zeros, we're going to put a 1 for the spirit, because the spirit owns everything. You cut the spirit, everything goes away. So the spirit is a 1-000. Let's say you got the 1,000. You got in there, you've got 1,000, The 3 zeros, 6 zeros is a million. A billion. We're a billion. Is that what it is? We're 1 billion. Is that what 9 zeros is? And not only that, your social security card here in Quebec has 9 numbers. And there's a reason for every province and every country and every place. And the reason for that is what state are you in and what country. I'll implicate that to the numbers, and then you'll know certain things about you. My numbers were fantastic. I've seen some bad numbers already, some weird numbers, and it was exactly who they were. It was exactly who they were. Now, who's stupid enough to show me their card? I don't know. What do you think? You think anybody ever did? Does it really make a difference? I know there were 2 that have. Oh, 3. Oh no, that one I took. Oh, that wasn't fair. Oh no, there were 4 because they died, but that was okay. Was that fair? Sure it was. Was I on the wheel? Of course. What did I get? I got everything. I got everything in one package. It was nothing. I didn't care. Didn't make a difference to me. I didn't want anybody to give me any goodwill. I wanted them to have good riddance and goodwill goodbye. They're going to come back again. Those cheaters left this world without us. They left us here to grind it out. Well, we better keep on grinding. If they're left, they must be working for us now on the other side. So anyways, I showed you tennis. And let me go back a couple of pages and see what I have here. No, this is no good. Oh, you know what I did? This is funny. I took my number 7286. Now, what I did to it, okay, is I removed 2005 years for the year I got sick, okay? With that number, okay, I divided it up into 9 worlds. And I did, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 rows later, it exactly tells you what happened in our life. 11, spirit man, angel, of who you are. 4 and 2, angel, that's the beta angel. 5 and 7 is 1919 spirit, Trinity spirit, okay, because we're in section 2. We have to couple together the numbers, pending how many numbers is pending what you're going to do when you couple them. And all together at the end, you got to parlay up the whole thing for the total equation. And it's long, because it always takes both sides. It shows both sides. It never takes any sides, but at the end, you've seen all the sides, because the sides came closer together. There was no division anymore. So at the end, then it goes 5, which is the passage, okay, of 57, to the 81 world, 9 by 9, of 25, 1/4, who we are. 1/4 of the action in this world. Although our mind is 3/4 of the beta world, we are only of one action. One action, the body, action, and the mind, who creates the action for the body. It's not my hand's fault. It's not my hand. It was my mind. Go down, hand. Go down. You're not listening. Why aren't you listening? Go down. What, you have your own mind? What am I supposed to do with my hand? It doesn't want to go down. Ah, I felt it. I felt it. I felt everybody was saying, I felt it. I felt it come out of you. Okay, so we're going to skip on off in that. What I'm going to get to is, this is very funny and very unique, is that I think they call it PSI or psi in Greek, the 23rd letter. I'm going to try and design it for you. Here, over here. Okay, they have the I going down the center, which is saying 2, 5, and 8. This extension shows it's extending itself over towards, okay, it's showing you that there's something either in the middle or on each side. But since it goes over on each side, you know, in order to run this as a box, okay, that each side has to be involved. So you have 1 and 3 connected to 2 and 5. 2 and 5 is here and here. The 1 and 3 connect, goes up to the 2 and down to the 8. Okay, this is the heaven. This is explaining 2, 5, 8. This is the creation. This is explaining the same thing as the W in our language, based on the numerology. Because let me tell you one thing, if you think that they came here with absolutely, I mean, the computer world is out of date by thousands of years. Thousands of years, for sure. Hundreds of thousands of years. Another thing I was going to tell you in the alphabet, and I'm not going to go over this now. If I get into a study session, I will, is every time you say a letter, okay, D. The D is the 4th letter, the E is the 5th letter. Therefore, it's an action between the 4 against the 5. They're right next to each other. Okay, and a lot of vowels are next to each other because it's B with an E, sounds like an E, C, D, E, F, G, H, A, I, J, J, A, K, A, King, Jack. Jack, King? What are we jacking up now? Is it a joker? You know why? J, K, and R, or in fact, A, H, J, K, and R, together, okay, if you write it down, it says, joker. I see between the lines. Missing a couple of vowels, I guess. Now we're into action. I'm going to just go back a couple of pages just to satisfy my own mind. Please stay with me. Oh boy, this one is really weird. No. You ever see where the 2s and 5s are? We're on spindles. Everything looks like a 2 or a 5. It's like pedal boats. Okay, did you ever see my nice little guy I designed? I made that only with numbers. All with numbers. I duplicated this side on this side, so I only had to do half of it actually. And you see what happens when I make it to half? It looks like he's looking the other way. It looks like a sideways bird. Now it looks like it's facing us, right? Sideways bird. Sideways bird. What if I do it on this side? See, this has got a sideways bird also. Now he's facing us. Just copyright the other side. Thank you very much. I'm going to leave it at that. I'll be back with you. I am MrTacpans. I am hot and on fire, but I am slow. And I forget. And I've been behind lately, and I've got stacks of paper. But you know what? I can't take with me yesterday, tomorrow. I only can take with me the thought of and make a one action at a time. So I just try to, whatever I have, I hold on to it and I say, okay, goodbye. Remember, remember. Just continue to remember. Continue, continue, and work on it. And until you know it perfectly, you can never stop. And I'm always finding new stuff. I can never figure out creation. Basically, this is only 1 year. And I had no idea what I was doing till 6 months ago. Okay. Never really did know what I was doing, eh? And spoke to the beer man. Yeah, man. And he bring in some beer. I asked him if he was going to deliver the weed, man. Yeah, because my grass is really growing high. We're in Mexico. Sitting on the beach. I gotta change the background. You know how they change the background in the Matrix? Well, it's basically that's what our world is all about. But what they're showing the Matrix is changing the buildings. They do that with the empty space you see. There's matter in the air all the time. There's something in the air all the time, and it's that sticks together and does whatever it has to do. I don't know how it works, but that's the Matrix system. What probably scientists, the only thing probably scientists don't know is they're actually touching the truth. They're just not calling it what it actually is. What they're touching is that magnetical energy that connects us to the entire earth and skies. But the other thing you have to understand, the way I see it, and I could be wrong, is I think it comes out in different parts of the world only. That way they can sense it in these parts of the world, but they'll say, oh, it's a volcano, or oh, it's this. But it's not. It's our incoming and outgoing energies. Instead of going into the air because they knew God would Skype the air up, right? They passed it through the ground. And how the hell are you going to save your piss? When you make a 1 and a 2 and it goes down into the river, wherever they put that, you have been put back into the system, my friend. God has a way of siphoning it out of that earth. You know the first 4 feet of ground is always funny, right? 4 feet, 4 angel, 4 angle, the 4 angle, the 4 feet that you go down, the 6 feet that they bury you below the 2. 2 feet below beta with the 4 angle of birth, and you got the 6 feet under. Mind you, when your 2 feet stick up, you're 1 foot short, but if you like a foot like mine, you'd be a foot anyways. Anyways, I'm not talking about my hot dog now, because if that was a foot long, I wouldn't be online right now. Let me have a cup of coffee here. None left. Yeah, what was I talking about? So anyways, yeah, that's basically the way I see it. Obviously, I'm changing subjects because I had lost my trend of thought. Yeah, it looked like I was trying to look like Johnny Coolboy, right? I am Mr. Tacpans 7286. I bid you and I thank you.